Okay, draft moving along here. The fourth pick was a dilemma for the Patriots, who, a lot of people felt as though this was kind of a three-pick draft class or a three blue chipper draft class of you have Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and Cam Ward, and then who else? Well, the Patriots go with Will Campbell, who is, I think this is a bit of people. It's not like a massively controversial pick, but there's definitely going to be some people who disagree with it. It's going to be some point of, is this the right move? Now, here's what I like about this move: is they need some help for Drake May, right? And you can potentially bolster the weapons more in rounds 2 and 3, even later than that. You're not probably gonna get, well, they might be able to get a good offensive lineman early in round 2, but I don't think you're getting someone of Will Campbell's caliber. Even me, who is someone who's a bit lower on Will Campbell, I don't know if you're getting someone of his caliber with a pick that low. It's very unlikely, right? So helping out Drake May, helping out the offensive line, you have Morgan Moses at right tackle. They don't really have a great option at left tackle. I don't know if Vendor and Lowe would be the guy. Just looking at the box, looking at the who they currently have, they need a left tackle. They do, and the offensive line is still not a finished product even after this. But adding left tackle here is important. Now, is Will Campbell left tackle? Well, that's a discussion, right? The arm length thing wouldn't necessarily bother me in a vacuum, because ultimately, if you can block, you can block. I will say he's not an analytics darling. The percentage in which he wins, it's not as much as you would like for a guy you're drafting 4th overall. Now, he has great physical traits, and I think the reason why people like him, and even why I still like him, is the physical traits. You get some of the technique down, the rest should follow. And he has potential to be an elite level offensive lineman. I think there's a world where he's an elite left tackle. I just think that he's a bit of a project, similar to Drake May in that. I think some people might argue, is it good to get a bit more of a project player when you're trying to help out your young quarterback? Shouldn't all things be revolving around a young quarterback? But ultimately, you need more than one player if you're going to win a Super Bowl, right? So maybe getting the player you feel like has the best potential and could be a Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter level of player once he develops is maybe worth it. And I think that's the logic that they're going with here, which I do understand. So I'm not going to spend forever on this. I will say I do have a film study where I kind of talked about my issues and also what I liked about Will Campbell, so you can check that out. And I will have, videos for every other pick here, going a little bit shorter here on this one. But draft night moving along. Those are my thoughts on Will Campbell to the Patriots. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.